will start booting process in Linux, Red Hat or CentOS 7. Yesterday I have covered some basic commands, and further I have also given you assignment. So have you done all assignment? Everyone completed your assignment?
No, sir, I haven't completed because of eLabs not working. Even I got no idea how to do because eLabs.
And others whose lab was working?
Yes, sir, I will complete it.
Okay.
Completed.
So basically we will learn what are various steps in booting process of Linux. So basically booting or boot process. A CPU gets its instructions from memory. The CPU reads instruction from BIOS and searches for the hard disk. We will cover what are various steps when we press the power of system and when the first screen gets appear. So what are various steps involved during this process? We will explain about Linux or CentOS 7 operating system. So the BIOS program looks at the first sector for the boot code. REHEL goes through the boot process when the system is powered up or reset, with the boot process lasting until all enabled services are started and a login prompt appears on the screen. Press the power button on your system and after few moments you see the login prompt. So these are the various steps we will explain in further slides. Have you ever wondered what happens behind the scene from time when you press the power on until login prompt? So what are various steps involved during booting process? We will see further. So this is the various steps. First is BIOS. So what is working of BIOS? Then MBR, grub, kernel, and then systemd. So this is the Red Hat 7 or CentOS 7 steps. First is BIOS. So BIOS performs post power on self test. When we press the power on switch of computer system, so it initializes and searches the MBR, master boot record. Master boot is where located? In the first sector of hard disk. So then MBR loads the grub2. This is the grub2 what is? This is the boot loader of the grub2. Grand Unified Bootloader. Currently version 2. But next is grub2. So grub2 loads the VM lineage. VM lineage is the kernel of Linux. VM lineage, it is the name of the kernel in Linux. So it loads the VM lineage kernel image, then extract the content of init or RAM FS image. Then grub2 what to do? It loads the necessary driver modules from init RD image. It starts system's first process, that is systemd. Earlier, before Red Hat 7, it was init. Init is the parent process before in CentOS 5, 6 and earlier versions. But from Red Hat 7, the process manager will becomes systemd. Systemd is the process manager that works on same concept of init process in system in version 6 or 5.4. Next, systemd. This is the process manager. It can start any process, it can stop any process, it can enable any process or disable any process. So reads configuration files from the /etc/systemd directory. Reads files linked by /etc systemd system default.target. Bring the system to the state defined by system target. System target is either console mode or graphical mode, that depends on. So first is BIOS. BIOS stands for Basic Input Output System. It performs some system integrity checks. So when we press the power on button, BIOS performs some integrity checks such as loading and executes the bootloader program. It searches the bootloader program and loads them. It looks the bootloader in floppy CD or other hard drive where it is located. You can press a key, typically F1, F2, 12 or F2, but it depends on your system during the BIOS startup to change the boot sequence. You can, in various operating systems, various BIOS keys may depending on their version and variations. Once the bootloader program is detected and loaded the memory, BIOS gives the control to it. मीन्स बायोस क्या करता है, वो प्रोग्राम को लेकर के और उसमें लोड करने का काम करता है. सो वंस बूट लोडर प्रोग्राम इज डिटेक्टेड एंड लोडेड इनटू द मेमोरी, बायोस गिव्स द कंट्रोल टू इट. सो इन सिंपल टर्म्स, BIOS loads and execute the MBR, master boot record, boot loader. So in case it performs the post power on self test, what is the work of BIOS? It performs power on self test. Whenever power is on, BIOS initializes and checks that all the peripheral devices in the systems are connected, are working properly or not. If everything is okay, then it loads the MBR program, means post testing is completed. Next, MBR. MBR, master boot record. It is located in the first sector of the bootable disk. Typically in Linux case /dev, that denotes device, SDA for hard disk, or DEV SDA. MBR is less than 512 bytes in size. Its size is 512 bytes in size because only one sector can contain only 512 bytes of data. There has three components as shown: primary bootloader in first 446 bytes, partition table into next 64 byte, and MBR validation checks in last 2 bytes. So this is the total number of bytes, and these must be less than or equal to 512 bytes. So this is the sequence, that is bootloader. Size is 46 bytes, partition table 64 bytes, and magic number or validation number is 2 bytes. So what is master boot record? It contains the required file for the booting, and it exists in the first sector of the hard disk. This is the process.
So their size will be fixed now.
Yes, their size is fixed. Next, this.
Sir, I have a question. Can we list these two directories, /HDA or /dev SDA?
Okay, repeat your question.
Sir, my question is, can we list these two directories as you wrote that the MBR is available in /dev
No, whatever is
/HDA?
applicable are either SDA or SDA.
One of them.
Yes, one of them. Either CD, DVD, pen drive also.
No,
Okay.
I'm explaining this. Basically, HDA is used for the old hard disk, IDE hard disk. And the SATA based hard disk is represented in the form of HDA as well as your pen drive. For example, this HDA representation is used for old IDE based drive, PATA drive. And HDA is used for SATA drive, SCSI drive, and so this is the first hard disk. SDA means first hard disk. If it is appearing as a SDB, SDB is the second hard disk. SDC, if you have inserted the pen drive, So it will be represented as SDC. And the partition would be explained by Madishankar in the later session. SDA1, SDA2, SDA3 is representing three different partition on same hard disk.
Yes, sir.
SDB1, SDB2, SDB3 is the three partition on second hard disk. So like that. Okay, continue.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Next, this denotes the process. The PC is turned on and BIOS initialize hardware. Okay. सबके साथ में फाइव कर दिया तो Okay, so the PC is turned on and BIOS initialize hardware. Then the BIOS calls code stored in MBR at start of disk 0. Then MBR loads the code from the boot sector of the active partition. Active partition, the bootloader, and the boot sector loads and runs the bootloader from its file system. So bootloader is what? Earlier it was known as Lilo, that is Linux loader. Then after that is Grub, Grand Unified Bootloader. So the default bootloader program used in REHL is Grub2. Grub stands for Grand Unified Bootloader. Grub2 replaces the older Grub bootloader, also known as Legacy Grub. So the configuration of Grub2 file located at /boot/grub2/grub.cfg. Do not edit this file directly. You can also check when your system or virtual machine is ready. You can view this file through vi /boot/grub2/grub.cfg, but ensure that do not edit something in that file. Grub2 menu configuration settings are from /etc default grub. This is the configuration file. You can cat /etc/default/grub. So these files will be displayed there. If changes are made to any of these parameters, you need to run grub2 mkconfig to regenerate the /boot/grub2/grub.cfg. अगर आपने कुछ चेंज किया है, then you can recreate the configuration files for grub.cfg by using grub2-cfg command. Grub2 searches the compressed kernel image file, also known as VM lineage. If you want to see where VM lineage, you can go in /boot files, cd/boot, then press ll command listing. So this file will show there with their versions also.
So can you explain again? Grub2 searches the compressed kernel image file. So second point.
Actually, the Linux system store the kernel images. The VM lineage is the kernel images. So it is stored. It is stored in the hard disk in the form of compressed image. When it is loaded back to the main memory, it is decompressed. So VM lineage is the compressed kernel image. It is originally compressed, stored in the compressed form, and when it is loaded back to the RAM during the power on booting process, it would be decompressed, and ultimately our kernel will be loaded. So basically, this grub.cfg is the file with the help of which you can modify the booting parameter. For example, if your system is having two operating system, Windows and Linux at the same time, you have installed dual boot operating system. So you can change the behavior of booting process, like the default selection should be Linux or Windows, or what should be the waiting time. It should wait for user input up to 30 seconds, 50 seconds, and at the same time, there are, for example, go back previous slide in which हाँ तो जो boot dot config का डिटेल्स आ रहा था मणिशंकर
Yes, sir. This file.
हाँ ग्रब का जो कॉन्फ़िगरेशन पैरामीटर है उस पे आओ
Yes.
जिसमें एडिट करते हैं हम लोग
Okay, this file. We can edit from grub2 -mk config -o slash
नो नो
boot.
नॉट दिस वन जिसमें हम लोग पैरामीटर चेंज करते हैं हाँ दिस वन यस
Yes, sir.
So here you are seeing that grub timeout is equal to 5 seconds. So this parameter can be changed at user and also grub default is saved, grub disable submenu true. So it will also display some submenu like if you want to enter in Linux different mode of grub, so it would be displayed on the screen during the booting process. Grub terminal output would be displayed on console. So there are several parameters are there. It is the limited line. There are and what should be the uh, behavior in case of crash is there. So RSGB should be shifted in quiet manner without taking the input of user. Continue.
Okay, sir. So grub2 searches compressed kernel image file is also used in as VM lineage /boot. grub2 loads the VM lineage kernel image into memory and extract the content of the init RAM FS image into the temporary memory based file TMPFS. The initial RAM disk initrd is an initial boot file system mounted before the real root file system. So this is initrd image that is available at real root file system. Means आपके जो भी सेक्टर फर्स्ट में ये अवेलेबल होती है. Next, about init RAM fs /etc cut.conf. The job of initial RAM file is to preload the block device modules such as IDE, SCSI or RAID so that root file system on which those modules normally reside can then be accessed and mounted. The init RAM FS is bound to the kernel and the kernel mounts this init RAM FS as part of a two-stage boot process. The drycut utility creates init RAM FS. Drycut utility creates init RAM FS whenever a new kernel is installed. So whenever a new kernel is installed, drycut creates an init RAM FS file. Use the initrd command to view the content of the image created by the drycut. You can use same command on your
ls
virtual.
initrd. It is basically it will list the content of image created by Dracut software. So Dracut software is created at the time of fresh installation of operating system. So for this, if you want to see the detail, you can run the command ls initrd command.
So in simple terms, grub2 just load and executes the kernel and init RAM FS images. grub2 loads and execute the kernel and init RAM FS images. Next is kernel. So kernel mount and root the file system as specified in root equal in grub.conf. This is the configuration files. Kernel execute /sbin/init program. Kernel executes the /sbin/init program because in our system, whenever power is on, first of all, init process is initialized. This is parent process. And now in Red Hat 7, it is also known as systemd process. First, it is initialized. So initrd is used by kernel as temporary root file system until kernel is booted and the real root file system is mounted. It also contains necessary drivers compiled inside, which helps it to access the hard drive partition and other hardware. Linux kernel is the central core of OS and it is the first program loaded on the system startup. While system starting kernel loads all the necessary modules and drivers from initrd.img file. To load system first, process systemd in Linux 7. That is systemd. It is the process manager. While in earlier versions, Red Hat 6.5.4, it was known as init process. So after kernel, this process is loaded. That is called systemd, process manager. The kernel is the systemd process with the PID or process ID of 1. Next is system.
1 minute. I am explaining two more things. Go back to the. When Linux boot, there are basically two tasks are executed. One process is created with PID value 0. The PID value 0 is basically swapper program. Swapper program means it is responsible for virtual memory paging process, and basically it is a part of kernel program. So PID 0 means it is a program which is helping in virtual memory and swapping process. And PID 1 is held by init program. Init program is responsible for deciding this operating system would be booted in multi-user environment or single user environment or graphical mode, as well as which program would be loaded in this particular run level is decided by PID1. So PID1 is the process ID given to the init program. So init program और init program से पहले क्या होता है, एक swapper program होता है. तो swapper program वो कर्नल से लोड होता है, देन सारे वर्चुअल मेमोरी और ये सब चीज एस्टैब्लिश करने के बाद दूसरा प्रोसेस क्रिएट होता है इनिट, और इनिट से ही डिसाइड होता है कि द मशीन वुड बी बूटेड इन सिंगल यूजर मोड और मल्टी यूजर मोड और ग्राफिकल मोड और प्लेन टेक्स्ट मोड,
depending on their run levels. Okay. Next is systemd. So systemd process is the first process to run on Linux 7 systems. It initializes the system and launch all the services that were once started by the traditional init. First it was known as init existence/etc/init.d process. System process reads the configuration file of /etc/systemd/system.default.target. Then it loads the OS in default.target. Target basically represents the GUI mode or CUI. Graphical user mode or character user mode, both we can work. But that depends on the target we have set. This tells systemd to start everything in the /esr/lib/systemd/system/basic.target before starting the other multi-user services. Either multi-user or single user, multi-user with networking, multi-user with graphical mode, multi-user with graphical mode and networking. That depends on the target we have fixed. So system brings the system to a state defined by the system target, performing system initialized tasks such as setting the host name, initialize the network, setting SE Linux based on its configuration, and printing a welcome banner. So after all these processes managed by systemd process.
This SE Linux is basically security enhanced Linux. So it is Linux kernel security module. It is one of the module responsible for securing the entire Linux system program files and process. So SE Linux is the security module implemented in the kernel. Continue.
Okay, sir. Systemd initialize the hardware based on kernel boot argument, mounting the file system including virtual systems such as proc, process, proc represent process file system, cleaning up directories in /var log files. It clears all the log files. Starting swapping. Systemd uses targets instead of run labels. With inits earlier we used run labels, but now using systemd we use targets. By default there are two main targets: multi-user.target means multiple users can work on system. If this target is set, log us to run level 3. Earlier it was known as run level and target analogous to run level 5. Refer man page for more details into information grub 2. So boot, reboot and shutdown. The power of or reboot a running system from command line, we can use the systemctl command. Systemctl powered stop the running services, unmount all file systems or remount them, read only when they cannot be unmounted, and then power down the system. Systemctl basically is a command that can start any process, stop any process, enable any process, disable any process, restart any process, stop, can power off the system, reboot the system, means it manages can manage the processes. Power, so this will power off the system, remount the file system, and read only when they cannot be unmounted, and then power down the system. Systemctl reboot will stop the running services, unmount all file system, and then reboot the system. So note systemctl halt and halt are also available to stop the system, but unlike their power off equivalent, these commands do not power off the system. They bring a system down to a point where it is safe to manually power it off. Next,
So
selecting
basically the halt command will not completely shut down the machine. The halt command will switch back the system to a ROM on mode. So there is a basic ROM monitor mode present in our motherboard. So it will switch back to this ROM monitor mode, and from this position you can directly power down the physically power down your machine. So it is also safe shutdown, but it will not completely shut down the machine. Only the kernel images would be reverted back from memory to hard disk, and it will show now you can power off message. It will show now you can power off, but the shutdown command will completely power down the motherboard also. Okay.
next,
Continue.
selecting a systemd target run level in older version. So a systemd target is a set of systemd units that should be started to reach a desired state. The most important of these targets are listed in the following table. Graphical.target. So we can run the command systemctl set graphical.target. So system supports multiple users, graphical and text-based logins. This is the main purpose of graphical.target. Multi-user.target means support multiple users and text-based logins only. It will not provide any graphical supports. Rescue.target SU login prompt, basic system initialization completed. And emergency.target, SU login prompt, init RAM FS pivot, complete the system root mounted on /read only. So these are the basic target we can enable in our system. These are the various commands also we can run on our terminal. So to view all available targets, systemctl list -units -type equal target -all. So it will display all the available targets in our system. To view all targets installed on disk, so systemctl list -units -files -type equal target -all. Selecting a target and runtime on a running system, we can choose to switch to a different target using systemctl isolate command. So if we want to set multi-user target, so command is systemctl isolate multi-user.target, or we want to get, then systemctl get default multi-user target or set default. So depending on get default, we can check that what target is available in default, and using set default we can set the default whatever is multi-user target or single user target. Isolating a target will stop services not required by target and start any required services that have not yet been started. Not all targets can be isolated, only targets that have allow isolate equal yes set in their unit.
So you can explain with example, that will be better, sir.
Okay, I am explaining with when my terminal virtual machine is connected, and I will run these commands also. Systemd I will cover in our practical session also. Setting a default target. When a target starts and control is passed over to systemd from init RAM FS, systemd will try to activate the default.target. Normally the default.target will be a symbolic link in /etc/systemd/. Symbolic link also works as shortcut in Windows. We will learn today how to we can create symbolic link or soft link to either graphical.target or multi-user target. So it exists actually in /etc/systemd/system. So we can it directly target to graphical.target or multi-user target. These are basically shortcuts, and depending on when these executes affects these files. Instead of editing the symbolic link by hand, the CTL tool comes with two commands to manage this link: get default and set default. Through get default, we can check the default target. Through set default, we can set the default target. This is the command systemctl get default, and to set systemctl or multi-user.target. In multi-user target, we will not get graphical.target or graphical consoles. This is I have included in this slide about init. Look at /init. Look at /etc/init type file to decide the Linux run levels. Following are the run levels available. Run level 0, these are special service modes. Using these, we works earlier systems in Red Hat 6.5.4. So 0 means halt, 1 for single user mode, 2 for multi-user mode without NFS, 3rd for full multi-user mode, 4 for unused, 5 for X11. X11 basically provides graphical consoles, and 6 for reboot. Init identify the default run label from /etc/init tab and uses that to load all appropriate programs. Execute grep init default /etc/init tab on your system to identify the default run label. If you want to get into trouble, you can set to the default run label to 0 to 6. Either 0 for reboot. If I have pressed init 6, then it will restart the system. If I have init 0, pressed init 0, it will shut down the system. These are shortcut services we can use in earlier versions, but in Red Hat 7, we should use systemd. Using grep init default /etc/init tab on your system to identify the default run level. You can, if you want to get into trouble, you can set the default run level to 0 to 6. Since you know that what 0 and what 6 means, probably you might not so that. So typically you would set the default run level either 3 or 5. 3 full user mode and 5 with GUI. Thanks. So this slide is completed now. Now today, next topic we will start, that is user group managements and software package management. So today's session we will continue now. Okay. If anyone wants to ask something, he can ask now. Anyone have query? Just wait, I am starting. Hello. Hello. Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay, okay. Screen is clear now? So contents to be covered today: managing users and group in Linux, and how to we can add users, add groups, change group settings, change user settings, and how to we can manage file permissions, and we can also how to we can install any software on Linux, or check some network basic commands. Next, managing users and groups. So since Linux is a multi-user operating system, we are also working in multi-user mode on our virtual machine, because we all users are connected on the same machine. So multi-user operating system, several people may be logged in and actively working on a given machine at the same time. So security point of view, it is never a good idea to allow users to share the credentials of same account. In fact, best practice dictate the use of as many users as accounts as people needing access to the machine. At same time, it need to be expected that two or more users may need to share the access to certain system resources such as directories and files. So here we will see that how we can manage users and groups. User and group management in Linux allow us to accomplish both objectives. Managing user account means creation of user, changing the property of user, removing a user, changing permission and ownership of the user, creating and managing groups, creating user and then adding into the groups, removing into the groups, deletion of groups, changing the permission of the user in the group. So we will learn all these things today. Introduction to users groups. While users can be people, meaning account type, physical users are accounts which exist for a specific application to use. Groups are logical expressions of organizations tying users together for common purpose. Users with a group can read, write, or execute files owned by that group. Each user is associated with unique numerical ID known as UID, user ID, user identification number. Likewise, each group is also associated with a unique ID that is called a group ID, GID. A user who creates a file is also the owner and group of that file. जो यूजर उस फाइल को क्रिएट करता है उसका क्या कहलाता है, ऑनर कहलाता है. The file is assigned separate read, write and executes permission also for the owner and everyone else. The file owner can be changed only by the root, and access permission can be changed by both root user and the file owner. So in a system, only one root user can exist, but multiple other users, normal users, can exist. User private groups. Red Hat Linux uses a private group UPG scheme which makes Unix group easier to manage. A user private group is created whenever a new user is added to the system. It has the same name as the user for which it was created, and the user is only member of the user private group. The user private group makes it safe to set default permissions for a newly created file or directory along with user and group of that user to make modification to the file or directory. The setting which determines the permissions are applied to a newly created file. Next, user private group. Traditionally on Unix system, the umask is a user mask. This is related to permission. We will clear it through numerical methods which allow only the users who created the file or directory to make modifications. Under this scheme, all other users, including member of the creator group, are not allowed to make any modification. However, under the UPG scheme, this group protection is not necessary since every user has their own private group. Command line tools are available. We have the command user manager application allow us to view, modify, add and delete local users and groups in the graphical user interface. We can also manage in Windows also we manage the user through graphical mode. To start the application, either select administrator users and group from panel or config user set cell prompt. Note that unless you have super user privilege, the application will prompt you authenticate as root. So all the normal users are managed by root user or super user. All it is also known as administrator user. CentOS users. So in CentOS there are two types of accounts. First is system account used for daemon or piece of a software. System accounts are used for daemon or other piece of software, basically processes related. An interactive account usually assigned to a user for accessing the system resources. So system accounts are used for system purpose while interactive accounts for user purpose. The main difference between the two types is system resources are used by daemon to access files and directories. Daemons basically are processes. These will usually be disallowed from inactive login via shell or physical console. So interactive accounts are used by the end users to access computing resources from either a shell or a physical console login. These are the various commands we will use. ID, user add, user mod, user del, group add, group mod, group del, gparwd, pwck, grpck. These are various commands that we will learn. User add command. So first of all, you all please log in on your virtual machine to run more commands because we will learn commands as well as theory both parallel. So I should also connect my virtual machine and I request to you all please connect your virtual machine by login. Just wait for 2 minutes. I will also connect, then I will start. Okay, please connect your virtual machine and log in. If anyone have problem during login, kindly inform me. Okay, ask your question. Your voice is not clear. Or you can also type your problem in group also, WhatsApp group, if any problem.
Any user is facing problem in accessing virtual lab, please report in WhatsApp group.
So now all are ready. सभी लोगों ने लॉगिन कर लिया है?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now we will continue from commands as well as our practical sessions also. So here I have a command called id. So if I press the id command, what is the UID of the root user? What is the group ID of user? What is group? What their some configuration context point of view files. So this file will show the ID of the currently logged in users ID command. You can also use host name command to see your local host or local domain. So we will see today how we can manage users in Linux. So user add is the command. User add is the command that can be used to create a user. Being a system admin, you must have being a system admin, you must be assigned a task to create a user account with a specific home directory, shell, group, or a password expiration. To complete such task, user add command is used. It enables you to create new users to your Linux system. In other words, user add command is used to create a user account. User add user, either add user or user add, both can be used. Command is a symbolic link of user add command that works similar to add command. It is just a matter of preference which command you want to use. Either you can use user add or add user. When you run user add command in your terminal, it performs the following operations. It adds an entry to /etc parswd file and /etc shadow file /etc group, and these are the files when we press user add space username command, these files are affected. Some entries are added in the /etc parswd file. Some entries are added in the /etc shadow file. Some are in /etc group and some are also added in /etc/g shadow files. It creates a home directory and copies initialization files from /etc/skill directory to a new user's home directory. It assigns appropriate permission and ownership to the new user's home directory. So these are the some switches. We will use C for command, D for home directory, E for expiry date, F for date, G for group name. So how to create a new user in Linux? Run user add command with username to create username that you specify is basically the login name using which you will log into the system. Usernames must be unique and you cannot have more than one user with the same username. To create a username, as user space username, run the below command. So user add space username, when you run this command, try to log in with this username, you cannot log in because this newly created user is logged state and you need to set the password to unlock it. So we need to assign password to user also. So now we will see that how we can create user. We will see it later. So this is the command user add space, type your name or either any name. I have written Nilet. So user add Nilet and now press enter. When you press enter, now user is created. Now if we want to check that user is created or not, So we should,
Sir, can you repeat that one, sir? After root password is not clickable.
please repeat your questions.
Sir, from the beginning, sir, root, then the password, then the last login that is not showing by typing TTYL. You can explain that command ID.
Your problem is login related.
Yes, sir, yes, sir. Because I
So
have started today the virtual
you
lab.
should use root, login as root, username, and password is your 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. This is simple password. Because for security purpose, password will not display to you. You will press till password, then press enter. Okay, clear now?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay. So if we want to show the information that user is added or not, so we should use cat command. Cat is used to display the information of file, yeah, display the content of file. Either other mechanism are also available to see file content, we will see. So cat /etc, etc contains all the configuration information. So /etc/ pass wd, pass wd. When you press enter, it will show all the users available on your system. What are the various users are added in your system? It will show. So because cat/etc pass wd, this is the configuration file that contains all the information about user. I have created a user name as Nilet. Here Nilet colon space colon after then x colon 1103 colon 1103 colon double colon. This is also space. We will tell you /home/Nilet. This is user's home directory. Colon /bin/bash. This is the user default shell because /bin/bash inside bin/bash is the default shell. Echo $shell. If you press, this bash will be printed. So there are 7 fields in the /etc/passwd directory. If you note down, first is username, then colon, then after that x denotes the password of the user. We have not assigned till now the password, but it always denotes x form. So username is then password, then 1103 is the user ID, UID of the user, colon, then after 1003 group ID of the user, then specific double colon, this is known as GEOC, GEOC. It contains some special information. You can add here comments also, basically for the comments purpose. Then after that colon /home is the default directory of user. Nilet is the user and /home is their home directory. Colon /bin/bash. This is the 7th field. It contains the login shell of the user. So it's clear now to everyone. Next, we will assign password to the user Nilet. So passwd is a command that can be used to assign the password to the user. So passwd स्पेशल यूजर नेम, स्पेस के बाद आपको यूजर नेम प्रेस करना है. passwd स्पेस यूजर नेम Nilet. Now you can enter here password, but that password will not display to you. You have only enter password, that is confirm password, and press enter. Now all authentication tokens updated successfully, means your password has been assigned to the user Nilet. It's clear now? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now we will log in from the Nilet user. So to log in from Nilet user, command is su. We have created user. We can simply log in from that user. So command is su, super user. Then you have to press hyphen. Then after that, username. Now press enter. Now we comes on the dollar symbol. So dollar represent the normal user and hash represent the super user in Linux system. Okay. So now we will see pwd command, that is present working directory. Here /home/nilet, and if we want to exit from here, we press exit. Now if we press pwd, so here is /root. So here we are in the /root home root's home directory /root, while normal user's home directory is /home/nilet. So if we want to move in the normal user, press the command su-nilet. Then because it not asking password, we are login from administrator user. So when we moves from administrator user or root user to normal user, it will not ask any password. But when we move from normal user to super user, it always asks the root user password. Okay, please call to Arun sir.
क्यों
Class.
अरुण सर को बोलो
Just wait for 1 minute. Okay, so I think now it is clear that how we can create user, how to we can assign the password to the user, and how to we can log in from that user. It's clear to everyone now. If anyone has problem, please do your practical. You should also create your user and assign them password also. Sir, please. Hello, if anyone have query, he can ask. If you will not ask any question, I will proceed further.
Hello.
Hello, yes
Yes,
sir.
sir. Actually, I have created one user with my name itself, okay, and
Okay,
assigned one password for this. But when
okay,
just I am going to switch from root user to in the user in my name, it is not
okay.
asking for the password. It is directly come to the
Sir,
normal user mode.
okay, sir. When you will switch from super user to normal user,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
will not it will not ask any password, because in normal scenario, if you are owner, you
Okay,
can go anywhere in the office.
okay,
But like other, if that is a normal candidate, then he cannot visit any place in the office.
okay, okay.
This is because of permission in Linux system.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Please always mute your mic. Whenever necessary, unmute your mic and ask your question. And anyone have more questions?
Sir, show me the command, sir, which you have shown that to display the entire user which is connected.
Entire user.
The top one, sir, top one.
These are the various users. I have created Siddh user, Durgesh, AB.
Command. I want to see the command you haven't done. Top line, sir.
Okay. We can see in various way. cat/etc/pass wd. This is also command. This will show the user here nillet is visible. If we want have 100 lines or 50 lines, we have created 100 users in banks because Linux is fully server system. So in bank case or other, there are 100 users, 1,000 of users. So that
There is
case,
no such kind of limitation of user in Linux.
no, depending on their process, which version I am using first, this denotes, and what are the various steps, various depending on their versions, etc.
Normally, a less privileged user have limited permission in comparison
Yes,
to
sir.
super user or root user. Okay, and one more thing I would like to add in this session. If you are seeing the content of etc passwd file, you should notice that, for example, see the user nillet. So nillet colon, then there is at, then colon, then UID is assigned as 1003 and GID is also assigned as 1003.
Yes, sir. Its range also available.
So basically, the UID 0 is assigned to root user. If you see the root user, entry of root user, you are seeing the 00. Starting, see the starting of etc passwd command. So you are seeing root at 00. So 000 UID and 0 group ID is always assigned to the root user. So basically, the UID ranging from 0 to 499 is used by system, is used for system user, and many time, depending on the Linux version, for example, for taking the current scenario CentOS 7, the user ID greater than 1000 would be allocated to the less privileged user, normal user. For example, you have created the user Siddharth, Durgesh, ABC, Nailit. So
With
notice
dollar
that,
sign.
huh?
With dollar representation, sir. Less privilege.
Yes, these
Yes,
are the
yes.
less privileged
Already less
users.
privilege.
Less privileged user will be assigned UID starting from 1000 and so on.
Okay, clear now? Any other question? If anyone want to ask? Okay. So now we will use some other options available with user add command, such as here C for comments. We can also assign, we can change home directory of user, we can change their passwords also. So we will see some various options that are available in user with our with user add command. So first of all, okay, this is the field of /etc passwd file. In Linux, all login data of users are stored in /etc passwd file. It is simple text file that is used during login of user. User information such as username, UID, GID, home directory, cell, etc. are stored in /etc passwd file. This file is readable to all users but can only be modified by the root user. So first is the username, second field is a X in the form of password, 502 is the user ID, fourth field is group ID. Next is their comments for purpose. We can use full name, either our contact number, something else. So this exists in the geoc field, that is for comment, fifth field. Then /home/Mira, this is the home directory of Mira, sixth field. Then binbash, this is the seventh field of the /etc passwd file.
Please come back to the previous slide.
Okay, sir. Okay. This.
No one noticed. No, come to the Meera Yadav.
Okay, sir.
No one noticed about the 502 UID and 502 group ID.
Okay, sir.
As per the my previous statement, I have explained that any less privileged user is always assigned UID greater than 1000, 1000 or greater than 1000. But here we are seeing this Mira user. Most probably this user will is less privileged user. So why it is showing 502? Because it is a snapshot. We have taken a snapshot of real command executed in some system. Basically, this is coming from CentOS 6. So basically, CentOS 6 start allocating a UID from 500 in case of CentOS 6. But in case of CentOS 7, the less privileged user will be allocated UID starting from 1000. Okay.
Clear now? Okay, so we will see some information about various switches available. Here these are fields of /etc pathwd file such as login name, encrypted password, UID, GID, GCOS field are for comment purpose, home directory and login cell. Further, it is also given. So login name, this unique name given to a user, it is case sensitive. Encrypted password, this field is for encrypted password. However, in most modern Linux systems, the password is stored in /etc/shadow file. So we will see here, and we will also tell you that what is the difference between /etc and /shadow file. The X in the second field represent the password is stored in shadow form. UID is the unique ID assigned to each user. The system identity for a user is by its UID. The root user ID is 0, which is reserved. UID 1 to 99 are reserved for predefined accounts. These are also known as fake logins. In most Linux systems, UID for new users starts from 1000. GID, group ID, is used to identify the group user belongs to. About groups stored in /etc/group file. In Linux, a user can belong up to 16 groups. In Linux, one user can be added in greater than or equal to 16 groups. And next is GCOS for General Electricity Comprehensive Operating Supervisor. That is double colon. This field allows the admin to store additional information about user. This field can have multiple entries in a comma delimited list. The information such as full name, phone number, designation can be stored in this field. Home directory, this field contains the absolute path of the current home directory. We have when a user logins, system puts him in her home directly, directly in his home directory. Login cell, this field is for specifying the program that will run automatically when your user logins. It's typically a command interpreter. That is also known as command interpreter that takes commands from user and process them. /etc pathwd file does not store actual password because it is world readable. We will explain this in further steps also. So now we will cover these switches in our user creation steps. So here we are clearing our screen through Control L command, or you can write clear command. So now here you can create some files or directories. We are creating some files also. Touch ABC. Then we will create here 15 files of text type. So this is the syntax I had told yesterday also. So now we can check. Touch command is used to create empty file and files are already created. Now we will move to exit from there and go to root user. Now we have some additional information also. So we will add a user known as Rahul, and here we will use C switch, C for comment. So if we use here something we can add for C for comment. So we can add here comments also. You can also write. So that is C for comments also. Now we can check /etc parsewd file. So this is showing that on in place of geoc field or double colon, this comment is also added. So we can write simple things if we required in comments also, but and all other remaining same things. Next, I have some other options if we want to change the home directory of the root user. If we want to change the home directory of the root user, then we have also commands. Okay, so here we will use user add. We are creating some user Raj. Next, okay, /d. So because here /home is the default home directory of the user, we want to change their home directory from /home to /temp. So we can use /temp also, and then space something username. So okay, /temp. Okay, root. AC Linux for home directory. Oh, we will see it.
Actually, Linux is not allowing to create this separate directory. If you disable the AC Linux, it would be possible to execute.
Yes, sir. That's why permission not allowed. Okay, we will change it using some other methods also. And also we can change login cell of the user. Login cell. So we have commands usermod -s /tmp/ we have created user called Nilet, and then username. Now it's have been changed. If we will check cat /etc/parsewd, their home directory is changed from /home to, okay, what have I have used? Command /temp/nilet. Okay, I think some mistakes were given. Okay, but here also /temp/raj home directory changes. So we can use in that way also. /temp/user add -d /temp raj. So in case that will also change. Raman user's home directory changes because here /home/raj is not available. Here is available /temp/raj. So you can add directory through this way also. And other some options are also available for expiry date. Here we have a command called change. For password aging purpose, we are using it. change hyphen L, whatever is username, Nilet. So these are password related fields. We can list the what are the permissions. Last part was password when change, password when expires, password when inactive, account when expires, minimum number of days between password change, maximum number of password change, number of warning before the password. So these are the basic password related options. So we will see it now. If we add a user, user add, we have created a user, but through passwd command we assigned them password. Passwd, password is also assigned, but on first login we want to forcefully change password from user. So what is the option? We have option change hyphen d space 0, then username. It will change the password forcefully from the with new ATM, but on first time we have to change their password. They forcefully changed. So through change command we can also this work. Now if we want to log in from normal user, su hyphen okay, exit su hyphen Nilet. Now su hyphen ओके एक सेकंड हम चेक कर लें. change hyphen L hyphen. So this is showing that password must be changed. We have set. So on the first login we are logging from pwd okay /home/money. So it is not accepting depending on change hyphen L username, change hyphen E, then you have to write the E for expiry, when the account get expired. So write here 2021 hyphen 01 hyphen 25 okay space Nilet username. Now we can check change hyphen L Nilet. It is showing that account will be expired on January 25, 2021. We have said that E for expiry, that the account will be automatically expired from our system on January 25. These settings can also be managed through change command. And now we have created a user add LKO and pass WD. We have also assigned them password, but we can log in from LKO user also. We have logged in. If we press PWD, it is showing that you are in Lucknow home directory. In LKO user, you are under /home/LKO. But in case we want we want not to allow them login, so we can log them. We can log them. Command is usermod -L. We have logged in. We should exit from here. We can log any user. Command is usermod -L and user is Nilet. So now user Nilet cannot log in. If we want to check, we switch from su hyphen now we will switch from here. My present working directory is this. We will move into from normal user to another normal user, that is Nilet. su hyphen Nilet. So for Nilet password I have entered. Okay, no problem. Pass WD Nilet. First we will change password. So command not found. Okay. Pass WD Nilet. I will change password. Then we will relog in from that. Okay. Now I have locked the user Nilet. So now I will try to log in from user. Okay. LKO. First we will go into a normal user. Then from here we will try to log in into the Nilet user, because Nilet is already locked. So su hyphen Nilet and password is also set, but it will not allow the login of users because it's showing authentication failure. We have given correct password because user is locked -L for lock. We can also user lock. So it will not allow. So what should I do? We will move exit and now we will unlock the user. Usermod -U. Usermod -U to unlock the user. Usermod -U and then username. So Nilet. Okay. So now it is unlocked. Now we will log in same way. LKO. Okay. Next we will log in from here, from normal user to another normal user, Nilet. So now it is logged in because last time I have changed the password. It also saying that there were 2 failed login attempts since last successful login. I have also tried 2 times. So it's clear now. We can lock the user, unlock the user. We can set the expiry date for the account. We can set comment set home directory. We can also change the login cell of the user. Is it clear to everyone? Rajesh, Rohit, Akshay Raj, is it clear now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so you should also do these practices, and I have also given assignments on the WhatsApp group yesterday. So you should solve those assignments also. Now I will cover the group concept. How to we can create group? How to we can add the user into the group? Okay. So to create, anyone have any question? Please ask first, then we will continue. We are using these switches in a one way, that is -C for comment, S for changing login cell, changing their login cell, and E for their account expiry at one time also. So through this way we can use user add command. Space -C. Here we can write username. Okay. -S. S means we will set their default cell also. So we can set /bin/t csh space. We can also set account date expiry also. So here 2021 -12 -31st. Okay, so on the 31st January account should expire. We have set this permission, and next we can also use here. We can assign them user ID also through -u. We have given here 9695. This is the user ID of the group. When a user created, this will be assigned. And we can also set here group ID.
Each information can be added with hyphen.
Each and every switch we have given here, some switch are symbols. You should also try it, because there are many options are given. Their home directory also we have set expiry date, password expiration also we will set. So these are the fundamental concepts. Next, so always each and everything start from hyphen. Every switch I have given there. Okay, group ID also. So right now, okay, because here -G will not work because group not exist. I will, after creation group, I will add also them. So okay, I have some mistake. I have given everything but not given username. So we should also supply their username also. So now user is added. Okay. So if we want to check their information that is user is added or not, we will check in alternate way. Tail. Tail will read lines from bottom side. So tail slash etc slash passwd. We can read in this mode. This will read bottom 10 lines from the bottom of the page. पेज के नीचे से ये 10 लाइन रीड करेगा. और अगर आप यहाँ पे इफ यू प्रेस टॉप नहीं, नो, हेड, it will read defaultly 10 lines from the upper side of the file. If you want only 5 lines, you can press here head -5 slash etc passwd. If you want to read 5 lines from bottom of file, you can also read here tail. So these are alternate way for reading file. We are reading 7 lines from bottom of this file. So these are the alternative way through which we can read. We can check whatever is necessary. We will display only necessary information. So now we have created a user called Savir, that is their X password. 9695 is their user ID and same group ID is also copied. Then there's geog field, that is Savir sir हमने दे रखा है, तो ये comment field contain करता है. Then slash home slash Savir, because their home directory I have not changed, and their slash, so bin tcsh. So इसकी सेल को हमने सी सेल कर दिया है, ठीक है, because my default cell is bash cell. Already this is displayed but here it is not showing. Here is tcsh, means C cell it is denoting. So we can write these commands in one step also, and in simple way, if we want to change their home directory, we can also change it. /cmp /tmp / okay, we have created user, so we will change it /home/ we will change here username. At the time of creation, whatever requirement we can specify here. Okay, so user ID is unique, so user ID we will change. SE Linux context for home directory, we will check it, maybe SE Linux problem. So Kamal user is created now. That is only warning that cannot set SE Linux context for home directory. So Kamal X their password, their user ID, their group ID, their user, their comments, and then their home directory and their default cell. So these are the default various fields which are available here. So if we want to issue passwd to the user Kamal, so I have set their password. Okay, all authentications updated successfully, but we will set their password again because I have missed their password name, their password. Okay, So now we will try to log in from Kamal user su-kamal. Okay. Home LKO. Why it is showing? Because inside /tmp Kamal, no such file or directory. All the users at the time of user creation information are copied in their home directory. So they cannot work here, and failed to execute /bin/tcsh because we are working here on the /bash shell. Born again. Bash stands for born again shell. So we are working here on the bash shell, so we cannot log in here tcsh shell. So it is not allowed here. No such file or directory. Their configuration files are not available. So this may be the problem, but you can change their home directory and shell also. So now we will move to our root directory, root user. I think it is clear now. History command will show you all the commands which we have run recently. These are the commands. If anyone have problem, can also capture on their phone. So now we have created user, we have created group, and we will do also some alternate settings also, but we will see group creation because we have much more content and time is lesser. We will try to cover till 12:15. Next, how to we can create a group? How to we can create a group? In all options you may try. These are available, and we will also cover here. One thing is remaining in user creation. So in case of user creation, we have a file called /etc/shadow. So we are moving from a normal user su-lko normal user. Okay, and we are reading /etc/parwd file. So in case if you are using /etc/parwd file, every normal user can read the file. He can know what is your username, what is your group ID, what is your user ID, what is your default cell, where is your home directory, where is your all files located. So these will tell them what are the necessary information for a user in any or either a banking system or any financial system. So through these commands, we will now I will explain. कोई बात नहीं होनी चाहिए, यहाँ बाहर जाइए. /etc/shadow. So permission is denied because normal user. Why we are discussing why we will use /etc/shadow file, because in /etc/parwd file is readable by normal users also, and one user can see the information of other users also in the system. If you are working on a Linux system, so you can also view information about your colleague, that what's your username, what's their username, and this password is in encrypted form, but many tools are available to decrypt these passwords, that you can see their username and passwords and all the details also. So that's why we have a file more secure than /etc/shadow that contains all the information in encrypted form. So we will see that what are the various fields available in /etc/shadow file. So because here permission in denied, because normal user can can view the information from the /etc/passwd file, and normal user cannot see the information from /etc/shadow file. So we will move from root user, because we have to move to the root user to display the content of /etc/shadow file. So we have cat /etc/shadow. These are the information you can see, you can identify them, you can clear them. So this is my user Nilit. After that column, then their password. You cannot identify their password, you cannot identify their user ID, you cannot identify their default cell. So this is because of permission. Any normal user cannot understand this file, because normal user either cannot view this file, but after root user login he can display the information, but he can only know their username, but he cannot know that what is their user ID, what is their group ID, what is their password and login cell, what are various parameters available. So in comparison to fields available in /etc/shadow and /etc/passwd file, there are 7 fields available in /etc/passwd file. That is their username, their password, their user ID, their group ID, JCOS field that contains comments, their home shell and their their home directory and their default shell. While in /etc/shadow file, there are 9 fields available. 9 fields available. First is your username, then other information, password, their user ID, minimum range, maximum range. These are available. So anyone have question regarding these 2 files? Prajesh, Akshay, Posmin, Parkhi, anyone? If any question, he can ask.
So root user can view the password and user ID na? Root user.
Only root user can display these information. Normal user have don't any permission that can view these information. Okay. We have format. First is username. It is the name of the user that you will use. That is Nilit available. Encrypted password. It uses MD5 algorithm. This field holds an encrypted password of user. These passwords are encrypted format. In general, the password is 13 to 24 character long, not to 3, 4 or 8 character long. These are 13 to 24, means most stronger security is available long, and it's available of in the format of ID/salt. Salting is basically a concept. Do anyone have idea about salting in concept of password? Anyone? Anyone wants to discuss? or if anyone know, he can tell me. Prajesh, do you have idea? Okay, voice is not coming. So this is format. The value of ID can be dollar format. One, it means password is encrypted using MD5 algorithm. This basically explain, if any security expert, if anyone has learned about ethical hacking, information security basic concepts, he can explain MD5 algorithm or what is salting. These are basically for complexity of passwords. These are using. $2A means, it means password is encrypted using Blowfish algorithm. These are also available. $2I, it means password is encrypted using Blowfish algorithm also. And $5 means, it means password is encrypted using SHA 256 algorithm. And if $6, it means password is encrypted using SHA 512 bits, means how many most strong security is available in etc shadow file. So we will try. Any symbol is starting from here in our file. $6 is starting here, so means it is using which algorithm? It is using 512 bytes SHA algorithm for encrypting their password. Next,
So by default, it will take that security. By default, the variation of the security it will take.
okay, who is asking question? Please
Sir, I'm
repeat your
asking
question.
that there's a 6 category of password security. So it will
Okay,
it will take
yes,
indirect.
yes. Through this initial symbol, through this initial symbol, we can identify which algorithm is used. Either Blowfish, either MD5, either Xenon, SHA. So which algorithm use this symbol identify this, and depending on this symbol, we can learn about that algorithm, that how to we can decrypt the password.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. And when we create the password, by default, it will generate the password with the separate security.
Yes, whenever a Linux user is created, their information is updated in a 4 files, that is /etc/sudo /passwd, and two other files also we have discussed initially, /gsudo also available, and /group also affected. Okay.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay, so /etc/sudo. So password last change, it specify number of day since the password was last change. Minimum password age, it specify the minimum number of day that must pass before password can be changed. Maximum password age, it specify maximum number of days for which password is valid. Next field is warning. It specify the number of day before password expiration that user is warned about the upcoming expiration. Inactive period, the number of day after password expiration the account will be disabled. If your password is expired, your account will also be disabled after some time. Account expiration date represent the number of days since the approach on which account will expire. I have set it through change -e, then space, their date, month and year name, year number, and then username. So account expiration I have also said. We will cover all these settings also in further steps. So Linux change command. These various fields are managed through Linux change command. full form of change is change age. If you want to change user password related information like password expiry date, account date, minimum number of days a password cannot be changed, etc., can use change command. Root user can execute the command to change any user's password information. A user can get and modify his own password related information. If he tries to modify other user aging information, he will get permission denied error. This command is very helpful for system admin who deal with password policy in their organization. Change command modify /etc/shadow file based on options that was part to while it is run. So we can in system administrator task, because there are many users are created daily, and after 1 week, 2 week, after 1 month, 2 months, their settings are also modified. That is, user should delete automatically. Our user password should expire. User should not log in. We have also options deny login. Our users to get forcefully change their password. So these are alternate options we have available for making system administration task very easy. So change for syntax space user name. So we have different options used to display the aging information. So we will try this in our slide. For example, these are the simple commands. We will work on password aging concept. So now it is clear that what is the difference between /etc shadow and /etc parwd file. If anyone have doubt, he can ask. Otherwise, I will explain further. Anyone want to ask your question?
Sir, how these kinds of practical works will be done in like a corporate? Just tell me how the keywords, these are the commands used.
These were basically for system administrator. There are specialties they ask in system administration, such as in banks or corporate, wherever in IT department. I like network administrator, database administrators, system administrators, or cloud administrators, or also an expert of operating system, either Red Hat or Microsoft certifications. So they have knowledge and they will manage their basically organizations for create and managing, because there are in each bank sector also these are demanding jobs for system administration. Okay, clear? So we will use change command options. First of all, we will clear my screen. Change -l username. Any user, we can first select those user add we have created a user, assigned them password, okay, parwd, then we will assign them password. Now we will check their information / last two lines we will read, and which file /etc/parwd. So their default shell is binbash, means we can log in here. So in case we will use change -l space their username. These are the default settings available here. Last password change we have changed at creation of time. When will password expire? When will inactive? These are the various options. So we will change their expiry date. So command is change -e for expiry, and the date on which account should expire we will give. So in double quote we have given year in YYY-MM-DD format. Okay, then hyphen, then we have given month, then after that we have given 31st January, then space what is their username. Their username is Raman. Next we will see their information by using change command. Now this is the effect that their account will expired on 31st January. Clear now? Next we will see that other options what are available in our. Okay, M, the option sets the maximum number of days a password is valid. It modifies the field /etc. Whenever we issue the command related to user, it will affect the /etc/etc parwd as well as etc shadow files. So we are using here. Okay, so change -m we have given their password must be expire after 20 days. We have given 20, and here username is given as Ram. This have been changed. We should check it. Change -l Raman. So password will expire on February 1st and their account will expire on January 21. This is wrong thing, because password earlier and account earlier, password later. So we can contradict their dates, number of days before calculation. Okay, according there we have set random date. Next, password
change M means -M20. M represents.
Okay, no problem. I have given this. Okay, depending on requirement we can change them.
M represents, sir. M, that is the keyword M.
M. Okay, M, this option sets the maximum number of day. M for maximum.
Okay, sir.
Okay, and if you want to check minimum number of days, here 10 is given. So we can, this is maximum, we can change minimum also. So through which command I should use? Small m.
These kind of commands can be run for both, no? I mean super user and the less privileged user.
It can only be managed by super user, not normal user. These are tasks.
Not normal user, no? The super user can handle this for new normal user.
In a Linux system, only one root user can exist. So that will manage all all these tasks in our system. Okay. minimum number of days I have given 5. मतलब 5 दिन के पहले नहीं और 10 दिन के बाद नहीं. Okay, change hyphen m L. So now minimum number of days between password change 5, maximum number of days between 10, and number of days warning before password. We have set warning also because हमको भी ये मैसेज आने लगता है कि change your password, or when on depending on login they forcefully change their password. So this is the minimum, this is the number of days warning. We can reduce it or extend it. 7 is the default. So we have given E for expiry, M minimum, and W. This is used to set the number of day before password expiration a user is warned. It modify the 6th field of etc shadow file. So आप etc shadow की जो फाइल्स होती हैं वो डायरेक्टली यहाँ से रिलेटेड होती हैं. Now we have command called change hyphen what is switch using W. This option is used to set the day before password expire. Okay, nothing problem. So here default warning day is 7. We are changing it, not 7. Only 4 days after, before you should change your password. Alert should be available. So here hyphen W space 4 space their username. Username is Raman. We have given. So now you can check these attributes. That is 4 is also displaying. So next I option, we will see what is I denoting. Password inactive, number of days. I think it should work. Okay, password expire, password inactive. Okay, I or list I inactive. Okay, we should use capital I. Okay, so this have been completed successfully. So these are the basic configurations about user management we have seen today. Anyone have doubt about change command? Change command, not change. Next, we have command called change. Change hyphen D space 0. Okay.
Sir, how does the password inactive command work?
G, repeat your question.
Sir, how does the password inactive command, like if we do password expire, so it will expire on 24th Jan, but how will the inactive command work?
Ma'am, I have given random dates. You should
Okay.
You should set according your requirement. We have chosen random dates. Okay.
Okay.
Whatever requirement of the organization is needed, depending on requirement, it can be used.
Okay, sir.
So I have used change hyphen D 0 space 0 space Raman. So now we will use this is basically will force a password update on next login. So we will try. because due to problem earlier it was not success. So we will log in some other user LKO. Next SU hyphen, then my username is Raman. I have given their password also, and this is the option we are trying. You are requested to change your password immediately. रूट्स इन्फोर्ड मतलब रूट ने आपको बताया है, बोला है वो फोर्सफुली, तो आप उस पे पासवर्ड चेंज कर ले. यू हैव टू चेंज योर पासवर्ड नाउ, सो यू कैन गिव योर न्यू पासवर्ड. Okay, token authentication error. Okay, we are sitting here. SU hyphen Raman. I have given their password. We will set password, new password. Okay, it is authenticating current password. So I have given password. Now it is asking current password. We should supply it. Then we should supply new password. Then we should supply confirm new password. This is the security point of view, important concept. Now we should enter. Bad password is similar. So we have enter a strong password. Retype. Means on new login you cannot write a simple enter a simple password 1 2 3 or ABC XYZ. These are common symptoms. So you should use forcefully login a strong password with some at least one capital letter, at least one small symbol, and at least some digits also. Password must not be less than 8 character. Are equal to, that should be, must be equal to 8 character. Okay, it's clear now. User creation, password change, /etc shadow /parwd files, because there are much more contents and I have time only 45 minutes. Anyone want to ask your question? Otherwise we will continue for creation of group. We have also given you assignment based on these concepts for practice purpose, and it should be ensured that after solution, whatever command you are running, you should prepare a file on Notepad or MS Word of all the solutions given today, today's assignment, and send on my mail ID before next class. Either this is my mail ID and you should send your, this is must assignment. So kindly send your assignments here. Manishankar 306 94 @gmail.com. This is my mail ID, and you should send your password, your assignment solution here. You should send your assignment solution here, either on Notepad solution copy or on MS Word. Okay, it's clear now. This is mandatory for all who are attending our class, because in cloud sessions also we will provide daily assignments, and there must be solved also and return their response through mail by their solution, either steps, either command, whatever we are giving. So it should be taken seriously. Now we will move to group creation. How we can create a group? How we can delete a group? How we can add a user to the group? And other essential information about group. This slide is also given to you. These are same commands which we have also written here on the slides. How to disable password. So we have used all these options we have set, but depending on requirement we can change these also. So these settings I will remove also. This is the syntax I have used. Everything is okay till here. Now we will disable the password aging of user. So what we'll do here, to disable password aging of user, you have to provide following values to the command line options of change command. E space -1, it means account will never expire. -1 means removing. We are removing. -I, -what, it means account will not be disabled even after password expires. -M space 0, it means password can be exchanged at any time. -M, for maximum number of days, it means the password is valid for 99, means these are number of maximum days from the last password change. No, virtual night time is from 9:30 AM to 5 PM.
Sir, if we want to do at night some work, then how can we do this?
You can request to Abhinav Misra, sir.
Is there any other ID or through which we can practice?
From my side, it cannot be solved. This will be solved from Gorakhpur. You should inform to sir in the group. Okay? You can request them. So, and the assignments is only mandatory for all the students, not for your staff members. Okay? Students must have to submit their assignment because NILET will provide them certificate after completion of the course. Okay. So now we will try to change settings, that how we can change these settings of whatever we have applied on our given permissions. So for that purpose we will use,
Sir, what is the deadline for assignment?
assignment before next class you have to mail solution till morning 9 AM before.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
If it open at night time, it will be helpful for working professionals. You can request to sir or ask to Abhinav sir. Okay. Now next we have to remove all the permissions whatever we have applied on the change-l Raman. So to remove these we will use change -m, will it be 0, minimum number of days, space maximum number of days, it will be 0. Other settings, okay, hyphen E for expiry for -1. Okay, we are entering only these things, then we will change later. Or inactive should also be 0. And then what is username? Raman. This is successful. Now we will change -L and Raman. These are the common settings. We have removed minimum number of days, maximum number of days, expiry date, that is account कभी नहीं एक्सपायर होगा आपका, और नेक्स्ट इनएक्टिव भी कभी नहीं होगा. Means password expire on 12th January. Okay, we will change it. Whatever options remaining. So I for inactive, E for expire, M for purpose you can give here days between 0 to 99,999. So we will extend it. We will give here 155. Okay, 1500 days. So this will show that your account will be expired on February 20, 2025. We have given random number of days, so that will calculate our system. So these settings you can remove, either disable. Okay, these are also sample assignments given, you can run them. Next, manage group. So for group management, managing group in Linux, make it convenient for an administrator to combine the user within group containers, applying permission -sets applicable to all group members. For all examples, all users in accounting may need access to the same files. Thus we make an accounting group, adding accounting user. Okay, if we are working in for financial department, we will create some group and then we will add into finance group, either accounting group, either administration group. So these are simple. For most part, anything required special permission should be done in a group. This approach will usually save time over applying special permissions to just one user. Example, Sally is in charge of report and only Sally needs access to certain files for reporting. However, following are some common commands for managing groups. CHGRP for change group, group add for group adding, groups for viewing, displaying their information, and user mod. We have earlier also used user mod. This is for modifying the settings of user. Whenever we want to add user from user add to group, whenever we want to add user into the group, we will use user mod command. Our group add also available for group addition. So now we have a command called user mod here to create a group add space group name. So all these information will be updated in /etc/group file. So now I am starting to create a group, that is group add command. Group add, I have created faculty. So this group is created. So now if we want to view the information of the /etc group, so /etc/group. we are using tail command or head command because we have to only need /etc groups file bottom 10 lines. So these are the groups available in /etc group. So means here user information as well as group information also available. Faculty, then X for password, and then here their user ID. So this is the group name. If group add accounting, then it will also work. We can check here cat/etc/group. It will show all the information that here are the various groups available. Okay, so we have created here faculty group as well as accounting group. So each group is identified by a unique ID called GID or group ID. Each group is identified by a unique ID called group ID that differentiate them. Okay, so now we will create a user and then we will add the user to the group, or any user. We can say Raman. Okay, user mod then after that user mod we will use command called -g switch, and group name is faculty. Okay, user mod space g group name, then username means which user we want to add into the group. Now it's successful completed. So if we want to view the same file through tail command, we will see tail -5, only 5 lines, and /etc/group. So now from previous information, here Raman was not displayed, but now after adding the user to the group, now it is displaying that Raman user is added to the faculty group. So through this command we can use. Now we will check here Raman. Okay, we will check first cat/etc/group, not group. We will check passwd. So Raman user here is available while their group is available here faculty, then their group ID, and only Raman user is added. If we want to add one more user, we can use same command user mod -g space Kamal. Okay, so these are the users which we can add. Here we added Savir. So all these users will be shown in /etc/group file. These are the users which are added in the group. So now it's clear that group management have been done. Anyone have question? If anyone wants to ask question, if they have doubt, they can ask. by asking your questions, you should make the sessions more interactive. So I have created group and added them into the, we have created user and then we have added into the group through -G options. Okay. Anyone wants to ask something? We have completed password aging, user groups. Okay. You can also delete a user. User del -nihilate. We will delete this user and now we can check /etc/passwd. Now here nihilate user is not available. We will delete here Kamal. Now user is not available. So through this process we can delete the user. If we want to delete the group, we can also do that. So user, okay, group del and group name is accounting. Now accounting group has been deleted. cat/etc/group. Okay. For altering user, I have given option that you can change the user settings. Okay. So next we will further proceed. CHGRP also can be used. User mod we have used. CHGRP, I will see it. Next, create a group, modify a group, group mod, option name and group name. To modify a group means to change the group. To delete the group, to assign password to the group. So gpasswd is a command. gpasswd is a command and group name is faculty. So you can also apply for password group also, that is available here. Okay. Next, group mod. If you want to modify the group name, so we have a command called group add fine trainer. Next, group mod, faculty, trainer. Okay, some options I have to change password to this directory to chroot, H for display my help message, G for GID, N for new group. Okay, I think -N. Faculty already exist. Okay, so that was earlier added. We will check it. Cat /etc/group. So these are simple information. Now we will move to file permission concept. That how to we can manage permission.
Sir, I have a question.
Okay, ask you.
Yeah, sir, what is the purpose of password for a group?
Yes, you can use gpasswd command to assign password for security purpose, because depending on login you can only access their information.
No, means when I will log in, if a user will log in, then it will enter password for himself, and if the group which is assigned to the user, then is it required to submit, means to enter the group password as well as?
No, it not necessary.
So what? So that's why I'm asking, what is the purpose of the group password?
Okay, what is the purpose of group password?
Yes, sir.
Okay, group password we are explaining in next file. In Linux, each user is assigned at least one group. All the information related to group, such as group name, group member, group ID, are stored in /etc/group file. By default, when new user is created, a group is with the same name as that of username is also created at same time. With the newly created user become the member of that group. You can modify this behavior as well. There are 4 fields as per line entry and are separated by a colon. Each row in this file represents entry of one group. Below image is sample entry from group file. Group name. This stores the name of the group. Group password. This specify a password of group and is generally left blank. Okay, it denoting X type. Value of X means password is stored in GShadow file for security region. Blank means no password is assigned to this group. GID is also every group is assigned a GID, and this field is placed where GID is stored. GID is also placed in GID field with /etc/wd file. Group members of this field stores the username that belongs to the group. Okay. So user mode, I have earlier discussed. User mode distribution is used to modify or change any attribute of already created user account via command line. The command user mode is similar to add user or add user, but login granted to existing user. After creating user account in some region scenario where we need to change the attribute of an existing user, such as changes the user's home directory, login name, login cell, password, expiry date, where in such case user mode command can be used. When we execute user mode command in terminal, the following files are used. and are affected. /etc /pwd user account information, /etc shadow secured account information, /etc group information, /g shadow secure group account, and /etc /login.def /password configuration information. So basically, earlier question was heard that what is the main purpose of GPAR and WD or assigning password to the group. So it will assign the password to the group. And what is the purpose why we are using? I will tell you later because my in this slide it's not available and I think I have not learned about it earlier also. So user mode for very only root user is allowed to execute because they only allowed to change the settings. These are earlier settings. We have used all these settings earlier. -C, -D, -E, expiry, G for group, G for supplementary group. Okay. Here -G for primary group. Primary group means when a user is created, also a user ID is generated. So that user ID is belongs to from primary group. When a user is created, it's automatically with the same username. A group is created. So that is primary group. From that group ID is generated. But from capital G to add a supplementary means a separate group is created specifically to add a user. -A to add one more group to a secondary group. And -L to change the login name of ओके एडमिन का लॉगिन नेम अगर आप चेंज करना चाहते हैं तो एल को यूज कर सकते हैं यूजर मोड स्मॉल एल टू चेंज द लॉगिन नेम फ्रॉम ओके so we can change also the login name. These are lock the user, unlock the user. U for assigning user ID we have used. S for cell environment setting. P for password is also can be assigned. M for content of home directory. L for locking the users. File permission. Okay. So file permission means file ownership is an important component of Linux that provides a secure method for storing files. Every file in Linux has the following attribute. So to learn about file, we will go on command prompt or ourselves. Here are various files available. Here are some directories. One thing is note that if you want to use any help about commands, you can use man cat. So cat command for file creation, content display, appending purpose, or transferring content. So these are the various options of file you can use. So man it represents basically a manual. If you want to quit from here, you can press command Q. Okay. And if you want other commands is also available, that is wattage. You can type wattage cat, concatenation of file, wattage tail. So output last part of files. So through wattage command we can also take help. Next command is where. Where tells that is location of files. That is where cat. Okay. Where is. Okay. So where is. It will tell that the location of your command. So /usr/bin/cat usr share man. Here cat1.gz compressed form. This file is available. Next, you can use any command. For example, we are using cp. Which cp? So it will give you location that's /bin because this is normal command. And if we which add user, so it will give you that inside sbin. So because it is administrative command, add user, and this is normal command. So normal commands are stored always in /bin directory, while administrative commands are always stored in /sbin directory. You can also check it cat/boot, cd/boot. Here you can press ll. This is the Linux kernel image. VM lineage. This is the name of Linux kernel, and their versions also here available. That is x86-64. Okay. So to change the file permission, we will press here commands. So if we have said earlier that if here represent hyphen, it is normal file. If it is D, it is directory file, and other symbols are also available. RW for read permission, read write, hyphen for no permission, R for only read permission, hyphen means no permission, R for only read permission, hyphen no permission. This dot symbol represents the sticky bit. Either we will use symbolic link, hard link. So this will then clear. So dot represents only one bit, that is sticky bit. Sticky bit we will apply for in preventing of unnecessary deletion of directory or files. Important directory we can apply sticky bit. So no other user other than you can delete the directory or file. So we will also see that. So now,
Sir, sorry to interrupt you.
Okay.
I think if I'm not wrong, this dot is related to SC Linux because SC Linux is enabled. So this dot is representing that this machine enable SC Linux.
That is also related, but when we apply sticky bit on it, it contains only one bit information. That is SC Linux is also for security purpose, and sticky bit also for security purpose. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So now we have three permissions, three types of permission. That is owner permission. Owner is the creator of the directory or file. The owner's permission determine what actions the owner of the file can perform on the file. Group permission, the group permission determine what action a user who is a member of group that belong to can perform on the file. Other world means not existing in group and not owner. So that denotes the permissions for others, indicating which actions all other users can perform on the file. So in similar way, there are three fields: RW. Here we will see, or we will change first it for denoting chmod 777. We will explain it d.txt. So this is file, okay, demo 321 cannot, okay, we have given here file name, okay. So now if we pressed /l, matlab here D for directory and RWX for read, write, execute. Here RWX denoting honor, 3 permissions: R for read, W for write, X for execute. Next, other, after X, it is denoting group. Group have read permission, group have write permission, group have execute permission. Then after that, R for others who are not, who is not honor and not available in group also. So this field denotes that R is for read permission, R for write, W for write, and X for read, execute. So there are 3 types of users: honor, group, and other. Any have confusion in it?
Sir, I have a question.
Okay, ask your question.
Sir, what is the significance of X in a directory?
X denotes execution. We
Yes,
can
sir,
say that
Yeah.
execution is not performed on directories. We have given this permission here forcefully. We will clear it through default.
I think it means changing to the directory. Who can change into the directory or
Yes,
who
yes.
cannot?
Yes, who can enter into the directory? Okay.
So it means if we remove the X, means if we remove the execute permission, we cannot enter into the directory.
No, no. We cannot create any file inside the directory if we are other users.
Okay.
So now it is clear. Next, what are changing file permissions? Chmod is the command that enables you to change the file permission on file. You must be super user or owner of the file or directory to change its permission. You can use chmod command to set permission in either 2 mode, using absolute mode. Use numbers to represent file permission with most method commonly used to set permission. When you change permission by using the absolute mode, you represent permission for each triplet on the octet number. Symbolic method, we will use letters or symbols through which we will change permission. Following table lists the several values for file permission in absolute mode. You can change these numbers in sets of 3 to set permissions for honor. For example, 644. This denotes honor has only read write permission, group has only read permission, and others have read permission. Sets read write permission to honor, read only permission for group and other. Okay. Next, these are the permissions table. So to complete permission concept, both practical and theory, we will take at least 20 minutes. And if we will cover all the concept, whatever is given in my slide, either installation and some basic commands of network, as well as hard link, soft link, we required at least 45 minutes. So now you should clear that which method I should follow. I should stop after completing permission. and further more other topics we will discuss later, or either I should continue till 1 p.m. If you have time, you can say continue. Depending on your response, we will work that we should complete only permission. Then we will more focus on it. And if we have limited time, then we have to finish that topic. So please, if anyone have problem, then inform me. And anyone have no problem, then okay. If no problem, we will continue till 1 p.m. Prajesh, do you have problem?
No, sir.
Prachiti,
Dr. Parveen.
Pasmin, Parkhi, Nand Kishore, Jayanta. Okay. Akshay. Okay, so students are available. So we will continue till 1 p.m. We will cover file permission, hard link, soft link, and how to we can install any software if it is working, because so internet also required on my virtual machine. If it is available, we will work till continue. So we will work in slow speed. We will learn each and every topic till 1 p.m. and finish the today's slide, so that we can continue tomorrow from AWS cloud. Okay. I have, okay, Prachit, if you have doctor's appointment, you can view, because my session is also recorded session available. It will share till evening, and you can view from there. Any question you can ask from the group. Okay, who have problem can view the recorded session. Okay, so we have a PPT beginning from current slide. We will setting file permission in absolute mode. In absolute mode, we will use numerical method. In symbolic method, we will use some symbols. So octal value here are given 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if all hyphens are available, means no permission is available. We are taking here a directory chmod 7 and demo 321, so that we can check here that for group and for others no permission is available. Only root user or owner user can work on that directory. Okay, they have all the permissions. So 0 represent nothing. No any permission is assigned to the group. Next 1. So hyphen x means we have 2 hyphen and x, execute permission only. We will see it as well as parallel. So means this is 0 and this is only 1. Sir, execute permission. So we will see here we have applied hyphen and x. So no permission available for reading, writing to others. Only x is available here. Okay. Now we have w for write permission only. So octal value 2. So hyphen W2. So we will first no permission and later no permission. So we will use here, what will use? Chmod 7, group has no permission and other have only write permission, write for 2. We will tell why 2, what is 2, what is 5 we are applying, but for on others purpose we are allowed only write permission. Okay, username is also no directory demo 321. So now I think it is clear that W second field denotes write, last field denotes execute, and first field denotes read, because R is already available many times. Now, if we want to write and execute permissions, we will set values, that is octal value 3. So if write, basically execute permission, execute weight is 1, write weight is 2, and read weight is 4. So that according I am calculating that. So for Wx means 2 or plus 1 3, 2 plus 1 3. We are giving here 3, means others should have this permission. So now Wx, okay, it's clear. Next, so we can use these values in this format. Now read permission. So read for already denoting, we want to give permission to read permission to honor, not to group, and others no permission. Okay, next, so here RWX honor have all permission, group has only read permission, he cannot write or execute, and others have no permission. Okay, next, R hyphen X means R weight 4 and X for 1, means we should apply 5 here. So R hyphen X means there is no write permission available here. Here both write and execute permission is not available. Here write execute available but read is not available. Here write available but read and execute not available. So if he cannot read or execute, he cannot write. Next, if he writes, he will read. Okay, so we are here 5th. So R 4 plus 1, weight is 4 plus 1. So 7 5, others have no permission. 750 ch mod 750 and demo 321. Okay, so honor has all permission, root has only group have only read and execute permission, others have no permission. So in this way, next RW read write means R weight is 4 and W weight is 2. So we should supply here 760, means group can read as well as write and others cannot do anything. We can check here that this field is modified. Now next thing, RWX, that is read write execute. So full permission we will allow, read write execute. So here we will allow this change will happen 770. 7 is the full permission. Means he can write, read, write, execute. All can be performed. Okay. So owner has all permission or group has all permission while others has no permission. So it's clear now, I think. Next, setting special permission in absolute mode. You can set the special permissions on a file in absolute or symbolic mode. However, you cannot set or remove SUID permissions on directory by you must use symbolic mode. In this way, sticky bit set UID GID will also see their values is given. Next, symbolic mode. We will cover it, then we'll cover practical portions also. So we can allow permissions in this way also. So here U represent user, G for group, O for owner. These are symbolic methods. U for who? Function means who is user? What function you can do? Means U for user. User that task can work. Next is G for group, O for other. A is a symbol where we are using means he can done all the tasks, either read, write, execute. A is simply equal to 7. A is simply equal to 7 that he can work all that read, write, execute. For user group and other means we are giving 777 permission. 777 means to all user, either you owner group or others. They have full permission. They can do anything. Equal for assignment operator, assigning, plus to add a permission, minus to remove the permission, R for read permission, W for write permission, and X for execute permission. These are symbolic methods. Next, so who represent specifies whose permissions are changed? Either group, either owner, either others. Operator specify the operations to perform, either assigning permission, either removing permission. Permission specifies here what permissions to be changed. That is, you read, write, execute what you want to change. So chmod is the command that will allow you to change the permissions on a file using either a symbolic mode, either a numeric mode, or a depending on the preference. Okay, anyone have question? He can ask. Now we will change their permissions using chmod command. So chmod command can change the permissions on directory as well as files. Sticky bit also here discussed. We will further discuss it. We have covered all the necessary things in our slide, but due to time problem, we have to discuss only important things. So here, now it's clear that what permission should I do? Chmod command allows us to change permission on a file using either symbolic numeric method. Command can accept one or more files directories separated by space as argument. Only root or the file owner or user with pseudo privilege can change the permission of a file. Being extra careful when using chmod, especially when recursively changing the permissions. Chmod 660 means demo.txt. User 660 means owner has read write permission, group has read write, and others have no permission. chmod A+R, A for all, सभी को read की permission assign की है हमने sample.txt पे. If we are using minus, सभी को हमने permission remove कर ली है. we are removing permissions from all the users if we are using minus symbol. So in this way, we will work on some files concepts and directories concepts. We have also a umask value. So first we will create a directory mkdir demo 98. This is the directory, and we have also created a file using simple touch command hari.txt. So okay, we will change it. So now if we are using ll command, long listing, you can see that what is the difference between the created directory and what is the difference between created file. Anyone can tell me? Created directory have permission D for directory, representing owner have full permission, other have only read and execute permission, group have only read and execute permission, and other have no permission, other have also read and execute permission. So this is the default permission. This is the default permission. While if we are calculating full permission, so if we are calculating full permission, read value is 4, write value is 2, and execute value is 1. Okay. And if we total it, that is 7. So why it is showing 755? This is for owner, and same way for others we are using 4, others for writing purpose 2, others for executing permission 1, and others for purpose total is also 7. So now we will calculate for others, reading 4, writing 2, and executing permission is 1. Now total permission is also available 7. So why directory permission is 7? Directory, okay, directory default permission is 7, 777, and default file permission, okay, default file permission is, we will see after creation file, we have also created a file that called hari.txt here. So hari.txt have permission that is 644. 644. This is the default permission. So total okay, but if we calculate 777, but default permission is okay. Full permission की अगर बात करें, here 666, okay, and this is default permission 755 and here is 644. So what is this happening? How it is calculating? Can anyone explain? Anyone have idea about it? Either Prajesh, Akshay.
Sir, why you wrote here 666?
Why we are writing here 666? Okay, I will tell this. You have note down this, that I have pressed a command. Here only 6 is available. We have created file called Harry. So we have calculated, that's why only 6.
Yes, sir.
And here RWX, that is default. We are not doing anything. That is their default. We are considering default only. That's why I have written there 7. Here for demo 98, 755. Here we are considering it. Read write for Harry.
No, sir, my question is, if in this case file permission would be 644,
Okay.
but you wrote 666.
Okay.
This is confusing me.
Okay, we will clear it. That's why I have extended the time of the class. So for that purpose, we will
Are you
use,
writing umask value here?
yes, we will decrement them.
Okay.
Okay. So explain what is umask value. Okay, this file. So when user creates file or directory under Linux or Unix, this would be create a default set of permission. For example, if text file is created, if a text file has 666 permission, it grants read and write permission to everyone. Similarly, a directory with 777 permission grants read, write and execute permission to everyone. So default umask value, the user file creation mode mask umask is used to determine the file permission for newly created files. It can be used to control the default file permission for new files. It is a 4-digit octal number. So umask can be set or expressed as symbolic values, U for RWX, G for RX and R means 764. It is denoting 764 in octal form. The default umask value for normal user with this mask default directory permissions have 775. And if the default file permission is 664, the default mask for root user is 022. 022. This is the umask default. So result into file directory permission are 755. So we are decrementing from 777 to 022. That's why it donating default permission is 755 for the directory. Default permission for file is 664 because file has full permission, read write 666. So we are decrementing from 666 to 664. So the 666 to 022. So that's why 644 is the default file permission, and from 777 we are removing 022. That's why this is the 755. This is the default permission. So always it decrements from the umask, then it will display the default directory permission. For directories, base permission are RWX means 0777 in octet form. For the files by they are 0666. This is the base permission. You can simply subtract the umask file from base permission to determine permission for the files. 666 minus 022 equal
Sir,
to,
I have a
okay,
question that why we are taking 666 in file permission? Why not 777 here? Because file is also executable, means file can be executable.
okay. Files are executable, but their file execution permission is not allowed. Here, I think we will clear this concept in next slides also. You can simply subtract the umask base permission to determine final permission. That's why here 644 is subtracted. File base permission is 666. This is the default permission. Only execute permissions are not allowed on files. This is the reason. In Linux, execute the files execution permission is not allowed. So you must,
Are you saying that execution permission on file is not allowed in Linux?
yes. Subtraction to get permission of new file 666 minus 022 colon 644 read write. This is the effective permission. So calculating final permission for directory, you can simply subtract from 777 to 022 is 755 directory based permission. Itna 777 you mask value is 022. Subtract to get permission of new directory 777 minus 022 equals 755. So limitation of umask command can restrict permissions. Umask command cannot grant extra permission. What is specified by the program that creates the file R directory. If you need to make permission changes to existing file, use chmod command. So through this command we can assign permissions. So right now it is simple, you can change their file permissions also. Okay, so chmod you can, if you want to assign only honor all permission and others have no permission, these are simple concepts. That is file is hurry.txt. And for symbolic method you can use chmod mod ugo user group and others plus, okay, plus for adding permission, reading writing. For we have a file called hell.txt. So I think now we can display the and set the permissions through numerical modes for files. We can also do in the same way through chmod 740 demo 98 for directory. So if we check, it will now demo 98, that 740, or on a group has only read permissions. Now I have only 15 minutes, so we will learn about ACL and what is available, yum configuration. Okay, nothing issue. So now you have given also assignments. You can, based on their assignments, and try some further studying about what permission concepts of Linux. You can take your own example and solve them. Basic concepts or idea I have given. Next, I will check here that yum is working or not. Okay, because here repository is not available, our internet connection is not available, so we cannot do their practice. We will cover here managing packages with yum. Our software package management. Sudo utility, sudo. Okay, software package management. Okay. Software for installation purpose, we will set a repository in software package management in Linux. In software package management system, also known as package manager, is a collection of software tools to automate the process of installing, upgrading, configuring, and removing software packages for computers operating system in a consistent manner. It typically maintains a database of software dependencies and version information to prevent software mismatches and prerequisites. A software repository is a storage location from which software packages may be retrieved and installed on a computer. A package is a specific piece of software. Package is a specific piece of software which the system can install and uninstall. You can install or uninstall packages from package manager. Managing packages with yum. If you want to install any software in on Linux system, you can use yum command. So yum stands for allow dog update modifier. Software package lets you install and update selected software package in RPM format. From RPM format denotes Red Hat package management. That is, in Microsoft uses .exe, Windows uses exe, and here uses RPM format. From software repository on the web, once you know the software package you want, whatever packet you want to install, either HTTP, MySQL, MariaDB, any database or any other software, yum is probably the best way to download and install that package. There are also features in yum for listing and managing RPM after they are installed. Yellow dog update modifier is an open source command line package management utility for Linux using the RPM package manager. Through yum has a command line interface. Several other tools provide GUI to yum functionality. Yum allow automatic updates, package dependency management on RPM based distribution, like the advanced packaging tool APT from Debian. If you are using Ubuntu, you can use APT command for installing. Yum works with software repository, any collection of package which can be accessed locally or over a network. Difference between yum and RPM. RPM is earlier also used on Red Hat before Red Hat 7, but now it is available with yum. RPM, if we want to install an application, example Apache, RPM need to install all the package required for this application. This may vary from 1 RPM to several RPMs depending on shared RPM package. Yum installs an application with single command. Simply you have to write yum install httpd. It will install the Apache software. RPM package dependency is bit enough. in RPM case, we have many dependencies problem. If we installed one package, then that depends on other, so we cannot install. But in RPM, it will all it resolves all the dependencies with very easy. Batch installation of application is possible with one command. Yum command can install number of application in one single command. Yum install httpd vs ftpd. RPM cannot handle updated software installation automatically. Yum can automatically update the software. Change cannot connect to online repository, can connect to online repository to get latest software. These are some commands. We will cover later of installation either on Amazon AWS Cloud Linux machine or either in next class. So list installed, it will install all the, it will list the packages available in yum package, list all currently available package, list installed, it will available show you that what packages are installed. Info provides detailed information about a package. Group list, what packages are available. Searching for a specific package. Description, install for installing package. Local install for installing local RPM package. We can remove a software through remove. Clean and man yum for we can use manual of yum. Thanks. So now we will end today's session, and whatever topic is remaining we will further covered in next lectures, either tomorrow or after, whenever we have time we will cover it. ACL and hard link, soft link, these topics are remaining, and installation as well as some network basics. So now it's over from my side. If you have any query, you can ask either here or on WhatsApp group. If you have right now any query, you can ask me. Otherwise you can left the session because we are ending the today session. Thanks for joining the class.
बताइए